it's Anita, and in today's video I'm going to talk about some language learning apps. And I actually tried to film this video before and it was more like a live reaction, but yeah, the video would have been over an hour long, so I really didn't get to the point, and yeah, it was a bit all over the place, so I'm filming it again. But what I was doing is I was testing different language learning apps for my native language, German. Yeah, so I thought it would be a good idea to see how these apps teach my native language, and just to see if there are any mistakes, if it makes sense what they're doing. Yeah, so I'm from the German-speaking part of Switzerland, by the way. And I didn't actually think of this myself. So I saw a video that Lamont from Days of French and Swedish did on a language learning program. I will link his channel down below. If you're interested in learning languages, I would definitely check out his channel. And anyway, so he was doing a review on that program, and I noticed that there was a mistake in one of their German lessons. So the three apps I tested are Duolingo, Busuu and Babbel. I think a lot of people try these apps, so that's why I chose them. Duolingo is obviously free. Busuu and Babbel are unfortunately not free, but you can do certain things on these apps, but yeah, it's very limited. If you want to test them for free, you can, but there's not a lot you can do, so yeah, there's that. I just have my notes on my phone, by the way. So for Duolingo I used the desktop version. It was just easier for me to use. I took a placement test to see where they would place me. The way it works, you just unlock different levels. I didn't think that it was difficult. I thought it was pretty easy to guess the answers, so I'm not sure how helpful this test is. But that being said, I was a bit too fast and yeah, made a stupid mistake, and I'm not sure if that's the reason why they didn't let me skip more lessons. 3 is also extremely long, so I guess like no one could unlock everything. I think that's not the point of the placement test. They want to keep you there, right? So what I liked is the tips section you can access before you start the lesson. So there are some grammar sections or explanations. They also try to explain how to pronounce different words and stuff, so that seems rather helpful. I just don't understand why Duolingo doesn't start with more useful words, because I don't know, like I assume you would start with hello, how are you, stuff like that, but they always start with like a boy, a man, an apple, things like that, which I don't really get why. The tip section is good. Everything I personally saw, like I didn't go through every single lesson, everything they put there is correct. Yeah, but that's the thing, like you have to go to that section, whereas with the other apps I'm going to talk about, the grammar kind of pops up and when you need it, or certain tips pop up when you need them. I noticed, for example, for how are you, they always use wie geht's. And that's the abbreviated form of wie geht es dir. Now, they explained that. At first I thought they didn't explain that at all, but they actually put that in the tips section. So in the grammar section, I guess, of Duolingo, whatever you want to call it. And it was there. I didn't notice it at first, but it's there. So I think for someone that has zero experience with German, I can imagine it's a bit difficult to learn the language like that, because they don't explain it during the lesson. You kind of have to look it up yourself. Again, I didn't do every single lesson, but I found a major mistake in one of the lessons. There was this sentence and you had to translate it from English to German, and the sentence was thanks, hello. The problem So the problem here was that they took the German sentence Danke, guten Tag, and guten Tag which means good day, which yeah, you also use in English, right? So if you wish a person a good day and leave. So that's possible, but you can't use hello to say goodbye. So the mistake that happened is that they said that guten Tag and hallo are interchangeable, which they usually are, because you could obviously, if you greet someone, you could say guten Tag, like, you know, good day, and you could also say hallo, which means hello. That's perfectly fine, and they usually have the same meaning, more or less. Hallo is informal, and guten Tag you can use throughout the day, but at a certain point you have to use guten Abend for a good evening, whereas you could also use hallo in the evening. So yeah, but technically they mean the same thing. However, you can't use hallo to say goodbye, and the mistake, I assume, happened because they had the German sentence Danke, guten Tag, and then translated it into English, but assuming that hallo and guten Tag are synonyms, just used hello. That's why the sentence didn't make any sense. But the good thing here is that there's a discussion section, and you can go there, and yeah, it was good that so many people had already talked about it. You can always check that, but you know, it's not ideal, and this is a big mistake to make in my opinion. And I didn't expect to find any mistakes, or at least not like that, because a lot of people speak German. There are a lot of native speakers. There are a lot of people who want to learn German, either to you know, work or study in a German-speaking country, or because they like the language for some reason. No, it's a beautiful language, but you know what I mean. Since there are a lot of people who can help out with creating a course like this, it kind of surprised me to find such a major mistake. I only did a couple of lessons, and I'm sure that there are probably more mistakes somewhere. That was Duolingo for you. Again, most of it is correct. Okay, so then I tried Busuu, and I took the placement test, which I thought was a good placement test. So there were no mistakes there, and I didn't realize that there was a timer, so I ran out of time once, and then I had a typo somewhere, so that's why, funnily enough, they placed me at B1. But then again, like, they want you to stay there, so of course they wouldn't place you at B2, which is the highest level they offer. And their lessons start with, I would say, important/useful words, like, you know, greetings, things like that. They had some interesting lessons, like popular German expressions. Everything made sense. They explained them very well, so no complaints here. Also, there was a lesson on abbreviations. They also did a good job there. So yeah, and I like that those useful tips and grammar explanations, things like that, pop up during the lesson. So I didn't find any mistakes here. Seems good to me, but you know, since it's not a free app, I couldn't access every lesson. I couldn't access the grammar lessons. So. And then for Babbel, that was my first time using Babbel, and so I took this placement quiz. It's not a test, it's a self-assessment really. So you just have to tell them how much German you know, and then they will put you in the right level, which, I mean, is okay. You could always, you know, go back if you thought that your level's too high, or I don't know. And they also put me in an intermediate level again. They need to make money, so they won't put you in the highest level. Again, what I like is that they start with important and useful words. Yeah, so greetings, things like that. They also have useful tips that pop up. they actually explained that wie geht's is the abbreviated form of wie geht es dir. So they made sure you saw that because it popped up, you know. What struck me as unhelpful was that you couldn't capitalize those letters, which meant that you couldn't capitalize certain words. And if you're familiar with German, you know that a lot of words are capitalized. You have to learn that from the beginning. So I personally don't like that. But yeah, I hope this was somehow helpful. Let me know if you found more mistakes and or if you're happy with how these apps teach German. I would really like to hear your opinion on this. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. That would really make my day. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. Bye!